Some sets leave long-lasting impression on us, whether by owning or just looking at a catalog page for hours and hours straight, enacting in our minds the stories we would play out once the birthday gifts were tore open. A mad pilot taking to the skies, armed to the teeth and ready to take on anything and anyone in his way. The Bi-Wing Baron is not a big set, not even the best aircraft in the sub-theme, but something about it sparks a truly uncanny sense of danger and excitement, only rivaled by the well-done simplicity of the build itself. So buckle up, curl your mustache, and let's do a nosedive as we take the desert from above. Welcome to Archeolego. Hello there, members of the Archeolego Society. Today we focus our attention on set number 5928, Bi-Wing Baron, covering the extremely sleek silhouette of the airborne terror in black and gray. Manned by the famous ace pilot Baron Von Barron, our biplane here was the finest entry in the 1998 adventurous theme if you were after a machine that could rival and outgun every single vehicle available for our heroes at that time. The pilot is the main antagonist.
Now wait a moment.
I'm sorry, Sam. Yes, as I was saying, the pilot is the ever-ready henchman of our main antagonist, Sam Sinister, aka Sly Boots. Coming from a noble family, Von Barron, which literally means aristocrat in German, also oozes a World War I veteran vibe. And let's say he's got the scars to prove it, and the epaulets. Maybe that's when he met Johnny and began their rivalry after all. I think it's quite obvious his relation with the flying machine and name comes from Baron Manfred von Richthofen, the legendary Red Baron or Rote Baron, an ace German pilot shot down by either a Canadian pilot or an Australian gunman on April 1918 at the last years of the Great War. Interesting controversy aside, Manfred shot down 80 planes, giving him the undisputed leadership of the kill count at the skies. Celebrated even by his foes for fighting clean and honorably, he was a war hero and was given a solemn burial. Back to our Baron, the whole posture and insatiable hunger for ancient artifacts, especially the legendary mystical powers of the Regal Ruby, always gave me the feeling he was playing cards really close to his chest with Sam, hiding an ace upon his sleeves, just waiting for a chance to overthrow his boss and take away all his wealth. The only reason he agreed to serve the sinister man in the first place. Maybe he lies about his noble roots after all. Nonetheless, he seems to be a very well-versed man, but also very good at getting his hand dirty. Sometimes going by the name of Mr. Hates to conceal his true identity, the Baron sports a safari tan shirt, evoking the archetype of a colonialist explorer. To complete his villainous attire, a dark grey hook in the place of a left hand, and the unmistakable monocle, which grants him the garment of a high-stature member of a society? This is the only set where his traditional white pith helmet is traded for the brown helmet and black goggles in the whole sub-theme. Wait a minute, is that Harry Kane's helmet? Uh-oh. I think swapping colors here wouldn't hurt the looks of our bad guy, but ultimately the brown does strike a visual rhyme with the propeller from the plane. Lastly, let's take a moment to appreciate the mustache here. Yeah, I guess it makes him literally a mustache-curling villain. Okay, I'll stop. No doubt the assembly is already full of character and background just by having the Baron amongst the pieces. But what about the bi-wing that names the set? Well, as we will shortly find out, the biplane here is a very objective build, but a very satisfying one also. I do consider this a less well-rounded air vessel when compared to other entries in the adventure's theme as a whole, but something about the black and grey plane speaks past all that. The silhouette alone gives off a feeling of danger and a menacing presence, only confirmed when those guns begin to shoot at our heroes. Imagine being stranded in the never-ending dunes of the Egyptian desert, and then comes the engine sound, heard from afar. The last hope of survival is gone, and now death reigns from above. Okay, I think we all got it. The sight of the plane alone in a situation like that would be very scary. Even more so if you know the pilot is a man capable of anything to reach his goals. I imagine only someone like Johnny and his ever-confident smile could take the Baron head-on and live to tell the tale. You too, Harry, you too. The addition of the rifles at the top of the wing structure acting as a machine gun is not perfect, but it gets the job done. It fairly contributes to a period-correct look that is very welcome to my eyes, but some form of brick-built Vickers or Gatling gun would be even better. The ever-present black binoculars and the second map in our collection gives us even more visual storytelling. These sets were packed full of personality. This time around, the number 40 and the god Chnun were inscribed, revealing a location we'll visit soon enough. Okay, we can all agree this set is cool and all, but what really makes the bi-wing so iconic and recognizable? Well, let me see. The single engine in the front is very well made, with a black 4-studded 1x1 brick giving support to the propeller in quite a creative way. I don't recall to ever witness a better functioning gimmick in other plastic planes. It turns at a stunning speed, thanks to the freedom of movement conceived by the looseness of the Technic clip here. The black Technic wheel brings the design quality up a notch, portraying the round engine container in beautiful fashion. The black menacing wings use the classic wedge plate piece, ever present in LEGO aircrafts at the time. But the real MVP to me is the cockpit piece, molded in light grey and responsible for the sleek look so obviously inspired by the planes of the 1910s and 20s. I bet if this plane was redesigned today, the whole end section would be done in at least 20 pieces and constructed to be very round. Nothing against that in particular, but the visual language here screams 90s LEGO, and that's always a win in my book. It just looks like LEGO, and at the same time, it looks like a plane just enough to be perfect both as a toy and a model. The build itself is simple and just a little hindered by the low piece count, but I don't think the magic is lost here. The amount of visible studs and the overall blockiness of a build are subjective topics and very personal. A blocky studded look oftentimes can be viewed as a trait very typical of the late 90s and early 2000s era. In my personal opinion, it's a very fragile balance. Too many studs can ruin the visual, but this is LEGO. Some visible studs are just necessary. But there's no way around it. The only issue I have with this model is that they did not cover those hollow open studs here at the end of the fuselage. This being a specialized mode, I think the designers could have given a better treatment to this area. It feels a little bit unfinished, but at the same time, it doesn't bother me that much. A quick and effective mod would be to cover the gaps with a simple 1x3 plate in light grey. There you have it. The absence of any kind of control stick here also bothers me a bit, but easily fixed. The ever-present hinged antenna piece atop a jumper makes for a perfect additional detail. One I reckon was missing due to budgetary restraint, probably. I think the windshield here could have been done more elegantly, but it doesn't look too bad in my eyes, reminding me of Lego's 70s and 80s style of glasswork. The wheels here are also a familiar sight, used heavily throughout the theme, contributing to the roaring 20s look we came to expect from these designs. The color scheme is also a big success in my eyes, especially those accents in red, suggesting that some of the metal is literally red hot. The major presence of black and those flames coming from the exhausts conveying a sense of extreme speed are just perfect to evoke the villainous intentions of the pilot, and to me, that's the icing on the cake. The skies were never truly safe as long as the bi-wing was patrolling for its next prey. When comes to set integration, the bi-wing is a must-have, contributing with a range of action that ensures the best in what the theme had to offer. Adventure, danger, exploration, rivalry, a race to the treasure, you name it, and the bi-wing was good at all of it. The perfect matchup with the Scorpion Tracker brings the Thunder to a whole new level, promoting interaction and the pre-ordered chase scene we all have to include in our headcanon now. Another great pairing would be the Desert Expedition set, bringing forth the dogfighting prowess of both the Baron and the Hurricane, making way for Thunder and Lightning to escape the grasp of the villainous duo. Almost any set could use the addition of the Flying Nobleman, and of course it would not be an Archeolego essay without Mox. The villain's hideout is a marketplace, where they hide the biplane in plain sight. Okay, this time I'll really stop. It's difficult to put a finger on it when it comes to why, but I do believe this set deserves a lot of praise and a cozy place in our hearts. Maybe it's the simplicity, the room it leaves for imagination, and the extreme versatility. Just like our last topic, the Scorpion Tracker, the Baron's bi-wing is a vehicle synonymous with its pilot, a perfect foil for both the hero and the machine. Maybe a little too perfect even. Overall, a very fair entry in the Egyptian desert sub-theme, the bi-wing Baron is far from the highlight of the series. But don't let the low piece count fool you. This is a must-have set, the greatest add-on you can acquire for your collection by far. Even the Scorpion Tracker pales in comparison in that regard, given the amount of cars we find in the sub-theme. There's no way around it. The bi-wing Baron is truly great. Some might say it is legendary. Well, that's it for now. Don't forget to comment your opinion on the matter. Leave a like and subscribe if you're not yet a part of the Archeolego Society. Till our next meeting, farewell.